morning. It is Sunday morning about 7:30, and we are out at the airfield. We are at John Bell Williams, which is Juliet Victor whiskey, and we're headed out for some Checkride practice. Got a Checkride coming up in 2 weeks. It's been rescheduled like 4 or 5 times now, and I'm ready to get it done. But of course, I want to be doing a decent job of flying when it comes time for it. So coming out here to do a little practice. So we got a slight crosswind today. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but get out there, do some slow flights, power off stalls, probably steep turns, maybe come down, do some turns around a point, come in and do a couple landings. Try to keep it to about an hour or so. But that's the plan. So we're gonna go over to the hangar now, get the plane out, and take her up. See you up there.
John Bell, Williams, Raymond Traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey is taxiing Alpha to runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, let's lean her out to taxi her. Alright, so we're talking about having about, over 70 hours of training at this point. It takes 40 to get your private pilot's license. Some of that I needed. Some of that maybe I still need. Some of that has come just because it's taken a while to get where we're at. To get me to a check ride. I've got that check ride scheduled for 2 weeks from yesterday. Today's a Sunday. We'll have that check ride on a Saturday, if all goes according to plan. Do that over at Vicksburg Tallulah Airfield, which is Tango Victor Romeo, and plan a flight up to Memphis. We won't take the whole flight, but we'll start it out. Today we're just going to go up and do a little, get out in the practice area. We're going to do a little slow flight, power off stall, steep turns, come down and maybe do turns around a point. Look into S turns if that's like it makes any sense. Then come in and maybe do 3 landings. Try to keep this under an hour, so we'll see how all that goes. All right, we are set up for our run-up. Run-up is set the brakes, fuel on both, which it is. Trim set for takeoff. Flight controls are free. Correct. Annunciator lights. They all come on. They all turn off. We're showing full fuel. Mixtures at best power. Take it up to 1800 RPM. Left mag drops 100 RPM. Go back to both and it goes back up. Right mag drops 100 RPM. Come back up to both. Puller to idle. Still run. Temps in the greens. Oil pressure's coming up to green. Looking pretty good. We don't have vacuum in this plane. Check throttle friction. It's pretty good. Got a flight of birds over the Field here. All right, pre-takeoff. We're going to use no flaps. Let's do a regular takeoff. Actually, let's do a soft field takeoff. So we'll do 10 degrees of flaps. We're going to try to keep that ground effect. I'm going to practice that. The soft field takeoff is 10 degrees of flaps. Going to get into ground effect, get to VY, which in this aircraft is 74 knots, and then pull up from there. And then when we have positive rate, we can take the flaps out. Heading bug, put her over on 30. Doors and windows locked. Vents open. Light on. Strobes are not required. We're going to note the time. It's 8:07. Try to be back here by 9:07. Getting a late start, son.
John Bell Williams, radar traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey, taking runway 30, departing to the north. John Bell Williams.
Alright, I do not see anybody on final. I have not seen anybody in the pattern. I have not heard anybody on the radio. We are on 123, which is our CTAF. And we're taking the runway. So in a in a soft field, we're going to keep rolling. I'll come out here, I will put my feet on the floor, go full power, and then pull the yoke back until we get up off the runway. Then I'm going to try to get into ground effect and get to BY. Pull that off. Okay, 30 is on the runway, 30 is on the compass, got 30 on the heading indicator, feet on the floor, full power, yoke back. Airspeed's alive, the ground effect, and then pull out. Positive rate of climb, so we can put those flaps down. And we are off soft field. Down to BY, 74 knots. Do not see any traffic. Nice day. Smooth takeoff. Alright, turn this out to the north. Alright, we're at 3,000. Up a little speed. Pull that throttle back.
John Bell Williams, radar traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey is 7 miles north of the airfield, maneuvering at 3,000 feet. John Bell Williams, Raymond.
Alright, so pick her back up at 3,000. And we're going to go into slow flight. We're going to start by doing some clearing turns. So I look clear right, clear left. Come over here. Kind of low clouds. Pretty good field there for landing. Coming around to west. 270. And clear right, clear left. We'll come back around. 360. All right, so we want to get into slow flights. Clear right, clear left. We're going to pull back toward idle, the nose up. As we get into flap range, we will start putting in flaps. First notch now. Second notch. Third notch. And with our flaps down, we are in low flight. Pitch them up a little bit. Maintain that altitude. All right, so first thing we want to do is we want to go over to 180. So slowly.
So the Vicksburg traffic, Cessna 12 Tango, turning left, crosswind, runway 36.
All right, 180 in slow flight. Let's descend to 2,500 and come to 270. All right, and now we will back around
Traffic, Cessna 12 Tango, turning final, runway 36 to Vicksburg.
to 90. We will climb to 3,000. All right, low flight, come back around to 180. All right, and then we'll do a power off stall, which is just pull back to idle. All right, look clear left, look clear to the right. Pull back to idle, keep the nose up. Positive rate, first notch of flaps. Second notch of flaps. Third notch of flaps. All right. Next up, we're going to do some steep turns. Let us do some clearing turns first. We're actually clear 180 degrees back to north. All right, so come around to north. Take her up to 3,000. And we're going to do some steep turns. So stabilize this aircraft. Down about 90 knots. All right.
John Bell Williams, rear end traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey, 9 miles to the north of the airfield, and maneuvering at 3,000 feet, John Bell Williams.
All right, clear right, clear left. We're going to enter a left. We'll go 360 degrees, and then we'll come back out and go right. Lose a little altitude, pick nose up on the horizon, through south, coming around to east, nose back down again, coming around to north, and pull out north, and we will enter to the right. We're to 45 degrees. Nose down a little bit. Back on the yoke. Spur tight. Obviously we're headed east. Nose down a little bit. West. And into north. All right. And we got no engine. All right, we're looking for a field. We are established best glide first.
John Bell Williams Airport. Automated weather observation 1328 Zulu. Wind 250 at 5 knots. Visibility more than.
Hello to Vicksburg traffic, Cessna 12 Tango's left crosswind, runway 18. Hello to Vicksburg.
All right, so 250, so we would be best served by landing to the west. Right now, if I've got power loss in flight, I'm going to establish best glide, pick out the wind, and we pick a landing site, make sure that the shield photo valve is on, that we've got her on both. And fuel selector, turn the fuel pump on, mixture to full rich. Magnetos check on, master on. So if that doesn't happen, then we're going to do no restarts. We're going to squawk 777. We're going to declare an emergency. We're going to make sure full lean, full shell valve off, put our seatbelts and harnesses, check our flaps as needed, turn our master and mags off if time permits. Stay at 65 knots. Fly one full flaps. We'll unlatch the doors and we will protect our body. All right, so what I like the most is field over here.
Hello to Vicksburg traffic, Cessna 12 Tango is left downwind, runway 18. Hello to Vicksburg. Vicksburg traffic, Cessna 12 Tango, turning left base 18, Lula Vicksburg.
All right, still not great at that, Todd. Need to trust. It's nice to have that altitude, but what are you going to do? I guess you're going to try to flip it back around. Could have used a bigger field. All right, meantime, let's do a turn around a point. All right, so we'll set up and we'll use this water tower out here. Checking for any kind of towers. Set up, and I'm going to want to come in at 250, so I'm going to clear left here. Clear back to the right, left, to the right. I actually want to come in downwind on this, so let me go all the way around it. Come in downwind. Try it from this red house right here. I need to get down to about 1100.
Jumbo Williams traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey is 9 miles to the northwest, maneuvering at 1,100 feet, Jumbo Williams.
All right, so we'll come in over the red house. We're going into the wind right now, so we should have a fairly shallow turn.
0 at 5 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 26 Celsius. Altimeter 3003 inch.
All right, we're over the red house. We are a beam water tower. We will begin our turn.
John Bell Williams Airport. Automated weather observation 1342 Zulu. Wind 270 at 6 knots. Visibility more than 10.
All right, 270 at 6 knots. So this will be into the wind. To the wind is the kind of turn to right at 1100.
Hattiesburg, little traffic, Skywest, 5016 CRG 200, approximately 6 miles to the west. Hattiesburg, coming in, visual 180, Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg, little traffic, Archer 8321 Lima, just departing runway 1A on the upwind. We're going to
All right.
John Bell Williams Air traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey is 5 miles to the northwest of the airfield, coming in towards the left downwind for runway 30, John Bell.
Point 27 Celsius. Altimeter 3 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 200. John Bell Williams Airport. Automated weather observation 1346 Zulu. Wind 270 at 6 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 27 Celsius. Altimeter 3 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 200.
All right. Got the descent checklist. Mixture is full rich. Fuel is on both. The shut-off valve is in good shape. Got ATIS altimeter instruments. time. Alright. Pre-landing brakes, pedal test, landing light on, autopilot is off, seats, belt mixture is full rich, fuel is on both and we'll have flaps as required. Gas check, gas, lights, undercarriage, mixture prop. Bouncy down here.
Jumbo Wings Air Traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey, entering the left downwind, runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, wind is from 270, so that'll be just off of our left. We are going to do a soft field landing on the numbers. Are abeam now. Full throttle back to 1700. Lower down a little bit. First notch flaps. And she's dancing.
Travis Scott 5016 CRG 200, about 25 miles due west, heading for.
Alright, picture 75. Start to lose a little altitude. And very short base. Turn base.
Jumbo Wings Raymond Traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey is turning left base, runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, nobody is on final. Put in the second notch of flaps. And turn the final.
Jumbo Wings Air Traffic, Skyhawk 52901 Whiskey is turning final runway 30, John Bell.
Alright. Need to lose some altitude. Third notch of flaps now. Alright, flaps up, over center line, full power, and rotate.
Three inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 2000. John Bell Williams Airport. Automated weather observation 1352 Zulu. Wind 250 at 5 knots. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 27 Celsius. Altimeter 3003 inches.
Roll traffic scout 5016 CRG 200 on a 13-mile crossword. Runway 20 Hanford.
John Voyager in traffic, Scout 5291 Whiskey is turning left downwind runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, gas, lights, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is full rich, prop is fixed, seatbelts are on, stabilize the aircraft, come around to 1-2, bring her down to pattern altitude. Alright, we're going to be abeam the touchdown point here where we are going to do our short field landing. Put it down within 200 feet of that right there. First notch of flaps. Alright, and 75 knots, we'll turn it.
John Voyager in traffic, Scout 5291 Whiskey turning left base runway 30, John Bell.
Roll traffic scout with 5016 9-mile.
Alright, 30. Alright, we got that crosswind, 250. Little 50 degrees off, second notch of flaps. Nobody on final. We're aiming for that touchdown point. 70 knots. High.
John Voyager in traffic, Scout 5291 Whiskey, final runway 30, John Bell.
Paper traffic scout with 50 8-mile final.
Alright, so we're putting the touchdown zone in my sights. I'm actually aiming for 2 stripes before that. Slow the plane down a little bit. Alright, 65 knots. Get over on center line. Flaps up. Full power. Did not work. Rotate.
Condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 27 Celsius. Dew point 27 Celsius. Altimeter 3003 inches of mercury. Remarks. Density altitude 2100. John Bell Williams Airport. Automated weather observation 1357 Zulu. Wind 270 at 6 knots. Visibility more.
270 at 6 knots. Alright, coming around to 21. At the pattern altitude.
John Bell, Wayne German traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey, turning left, downwind, runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, come around to 1-2. Traffic pattern altitude 95 knots. We are abeam to touchdown point. Pull it down to 1700. Put in our first notch of flaps. Bleed off some airspeed. Pitch for 75. Gas, lights, undercarriage, mixture prop. Full rich on both. Be nice to lose some altitude. Alright. Can turn it.
John Bell, Wayne German traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey, turning left, base, runway 30, John Bell.
And second notch of flaps. Nobody's on final. Lower down even more. We're going 70. Turn it final.
John Bell, Williams German traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey, final runway 30, John Bell.
Alright, stabilizer. Sitting way up here in our perch. Gonna lose some altitude. Pitch for 65. Gonna come down here, stabilize, stabilize, stabilize. Aiming for 2 stripes before the touchdown zone. Coming in at 65, that's good speed. Full flaps. Don't want to lose a little altitude. We're down here. Stable, 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 stable. Alright. Down pretty fast. Alright. Brake, 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 brake.
John Bell, Williams German traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey, it's clear, runway 30, John Bell.
Alright. So, flaps up. Strobes are off. Landing off. Taxi light is on. Pitot heat off. Mixture, add out a little bit. Set the trim to take off. And the transponder on. Alright, here we go.
John Bell, Williams German traffic, Skyhawk 5291 Whiskey, taxiing Alpha 2, T-Takers, John Bell.
No, I've seen that in a 110 era. Alright, securing the plane. ELT verify silent. Seems silent to me. Avionics are off.
All right, pretty good flight. We got all that footage. We spent about an hour up there for the first short field landing that I tried. Didn't really take. A little bit of a crosswind today, and I think I was feeling that coming down a little sideways, not too bad, but that problem. And then I think the other major problem is when I pulled power on myself and tried to find a field, I found a pretty small field, and I'm not getting, I should have probably practiced some forward slips. I'm not getting those slips to happen the way, it seems like they should. So, anyway, a little more stuff to practice. We got 2 weeks. We do not have a plane because it's in its 100 hour starting this next week. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully they don't have any trouble with parts and we get the plane back. If not, we'll reschedule the thing again. I do have next weekend, I'm going to do a mock practical test, the oral portion of it, with a new CFI. That'll be kind of interesting. Meet a new guy, see what's going on. What I'm doing right now is I wanted to drive over and look at this little 150 that I swear I have seen for sale on the internets elsewhere. I almost wonder if it's this guy in Atlanta who had one for sale, but come over here and take a look at that. All right, so yeah, looking at that plane, I have seen it for sale probably on Facebook, and I think it was a guy like in Georgia who was selling it. So I don't know if he sold it to somebody here on the field. He's got some kind of homegrown approach to lights for the gauges. He's got like a neon wire wrapped around them that is not the most attractive thing I've ever seen. Also, no ADSB that I could see on that plane, older transponder. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get back and message him and make sure that that's not something that we need to look at while he's got the plane in my neck of the woods. Otherwise, get back on the road here, head home, and get ready to go to Jackson, Louisiana to look at another 150. See what this guy's got to show for his work on a 1964. I think it would be a 150 Echo that he has kind of lovingly restored. Nice panel, looks like nice seats and everything. It's gonna be interesting to see how small that plane is. Just looking at that 150, I'm like, wow. But it's what it's gonna take. It's probably what we can afford, if we can afford any of it. So anyway, we'll check back in on that. The search for a plane, the search for a better pilot, the effort to become a better pilot. Practice. Feels good to get back up. It doesn't feel good to do not everything perfect, but it was some pretty good stuff. I think most of it would have been in spec. I've got to figure out those emergency landings and get a little better there. And otherwise, I will check in with you later. Thanks for watching.